It is, I promise you. Okay, Braves and Phillies. This is a meaningless game again, but it is Urban Santana against Jeremy Williams, I think.
Urban Santana. If you don't even know who the guy is versus Urban Santana.
Well, I know who Williams is, but he's not that good, so I'm going to pick
I think it's
Santana.
Jerome Williams, Jeremy Williams, something like that.
It's Jerome.
Jerome got cut by the Astros.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I believe he is on the Phillies now, I think so.
I don't know. I'm going to just go with Santana, though.
All right. Tampa Bay and Cleveland. We got Chris Archer versus Corey Kluber. I had both of these players.
Kluber.
Oh, it's hard, though. It is hard.
Because Kluber's had back
Cleveland's hanging on there. I think they're still in the hunt, aren't they?
Their magic number, or the elimination number is 1, and Kluber's had back-to-back 14 strikeout games.
Yeah. I'm going to take Kluber.
258 on the year. I'm going to go Kluber.
I'm going to go opposite. I'll say Archer. Tampa Bay wants Cleveland to be as miserable as they are.
I actually want Kluber to do bad today because the guy I'm playing in the fantasy finals has him pitching today.
Oh, nice. Tillman and Hutchinson for Baltimore and Toronto.
Chris Tillman.
You're going to go Tillman. Who are you going to go with, Andrew?
Yeah, Tillman, definitely.
I'm going to go
just
Tillman as well.
all-around better pitcher.
It's kind of funny, though. People were dropping him at the beginning of the year because he was doing so bad.
Yeah.
And then now he picked it up.
Minnesota and Detroit. We got Swarzak versus Rick Porcello.
Rick Porcello. Boy, has he been a pleasant surprise this year.
Yep, he's 15-12 with a 3.31 ERA.
I'm just going to go ahead and say Swarzak.
Wow.
Yeah. Porcello hasn't been doing good the last 3 games or so.
He does have 12 losses. Which is
I don't see it, man.
I'm still going to take Porcello. I think the Tigers are going to hold off the Royals, and they're going to win the division, and the Royals will be playing in that one-game playoff. I think Detroit still leads them by 2 games.
Yeah. Well, it might be 3 because I think the Royals may have lost yesterday.
No,
they won.
They beat the White Sox 6-3. Houston and the Mets. We got Brad Peacock versus Jonathan Neese.
Jonathan Neese, I got him going for me tonight in fantasy.
Yeah, I'll also go with Jonathan Neese.
350 ERA.
I'm going to take Brad Peacock and see if I'm wrong there.
I hope you are.
Yankees and Red Sox. This is probably the most meaningless game this late into the season that these two teams have had since I don't know when. Chris Capuano will be going against Wright for Boston.
I'm going to say Wright. I know he's 0-0, but I like his ERA.
Yeah, 0-0 with a 3.3.
I just want New York to lose.
I'll go with Wright, yeah.
All right. I guess I'll go with Wright, too. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is sort of a tough one. Okay.
It's not pitchers you'd want pitching in a meaningful game.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Vance Worley versus Mike Leake.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Worley's been either good or bad this year, and Leake has
He's
had
been
a
pretty good this year.
year.
He's 8-4 with a 2.93.
Yeah, except when he's bad, and when he's good, he's good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's been more good than bad with his ERA.
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't had,
This is a very important game for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Vance Worley just because Cincinnati just has nothing to play for.
I'm going Vance Worley as well.
That makes 3 of us.
Okay. We've got 7 more games to go over real quick. Oakland and Texas. We've got Scott Kazmir versus Nick Tepesh.
I think you just picked the Oakland pitcher just when you hear that it's Oakland and Texas.
Although Kazmir has been really bad.
Yeah.
He's been awful since the All-Star break.
I think he's going to turn it around now. And
I hope he does bad today because the guy I'm playing has him pitching. I'm going to win, though, except it never hurts when the other guys do even worse.
Sure. So Andrew's going with Kazmir.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Nick Tepesh. The Rangers have been playing spoiler. I know Adrian Beltre hit a walk-off home run last night to sort of dumb down the Oakland A's chances of going.
I'll go with
playoffs.
Tepesh.
Okay. The Cubs in Milwaukee. This is Jokic. Is he making his major league debut?
Eric Jokic.
Jokic.
No, he's making his first MLB start. He's pitched out of the bullpen. He's got a 1.74 ERA.
And he'll be going against Jimmy Nelson, who's 2-8. Right? Yeah.
I'm going to be a homie.
2-8 with
I'm
a
going to be a
4.5.
homer and go with Jokic.
I'm going to go with the Cubs too and Jokic.
I love the Cubs.
Okay. Kansas City and the White Sox. This is a very important game. Jeremy Guthrie against Hector Noesi.
Noesi's just a bad pitcher.
Yeah, he's 8-11 with a 4.76. Although Jeremy Guthrie's 12-11 with a 4.28. He hasn't done that well.
Guthrie's not that much better, but he's on the better team. So
I'm going to go Jeremy
Kansas.
Guthrie too.
Kansas City.
But I do think the Sox will probably win tomorrow for Paul Konerko. I know Ryan Risky will be there.
Yes, most of my friends are White Sox fans.
What a shame.
Yeah, so I actually wanted to go to this one, though. I mean,
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun game to be at just because of this pregame ceremony. So.
Yeah, make sure you get there early for that.
Oh, absolutely. We usually get there like for batting practices. He likes to go in the outfield and then to catch home run balls, except every time he drops at least 2 balls. Not kidding. One time he got a personally tossed ball from a guy on the A's, and he dropped it back onto the field.
Oh, my God.
So now I call him Stone Glove because he has to drop 1 ball a game at the minimum.
Yeah. St. Louis and Arizona. We got Michael Wacha versus Trevor Cahill.
See, the thing with Wacha is he's on that 70 or 75 pitch limit, so he's probably only going to pitch 4 or 5 innings.
Yeah.
So that's a difficult one. And
St. Louis has to have this game.
Yeah,
though.
except Cahill hasn't even been that good this year. So I'm going to go Wacha.
I'm going to go Wacha as well.
Actually, I'll go the Cardinals pitching staff today.
Yeah. What you thinking? I'm going to go with Wacha, too. Yeah, St. Louis, I think...
St. Louis only leads Pittsburgh by a game.
I think in these 5 innings that Wacha's going to play, St. Louis can put up enough runs to cover the win.
Colorado and the Dodgers. The Dodgers have already clinched the NL West. They'll have Jordan Lyles for the Rockies going against Roberto Hernandez for the Dodgers.
Jordan Lyles for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Colorado's just horrible, so I'm going to go with the Dodgers, Hernandez.
I'm going to go with the Dodgers as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if Colorado won.
Lyles has had a good year.
Yeah, he has. 2 more games here. Angels and Seattle. We got Jared Weaver versus Hisashi Iwakuma.
That's a good one.
This is probably the ace matchup of the night.
The Mariners are still in the race by a little bit. I think they are out of it if they lose or if Oakland wins.
See, I think the Jared Weavers, they're going to limit him just because they need him. They need him for the playoffs. Like with Garrett Richards being out, and or Garrett Richards and Tyler Skaggs both being out for the rest of the season, they're not going to risk Jared Weaver, so they'll only probably pitch him a couple innings. I'll go Iwakuma just because.
I'm going to go Iwakuma as well.
I can't see, especially since they have home field advantage clinched, I can't see them even risking Weaver pitching too many innings.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with Weaver.
I actually like Jared Weaver. I think he's a great pitcher. I just can't see him doing it tonight.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to... Okay, last game. San Diego and San Francisco. Ian Kennedy versus Ryan Vogelsong.
Ian Kennedy. He's had a great year.
I agree. I'll go with Kennedy.
I'm going to go with...
He's had a resurgence after those couple bad years with Arizona.
Yeah, I'm going to go Ian Kennedy as well. I think the Giants have already... locked up a wild card spot, so...
I mean, what pitcher can have a good year with Arizona? That's the question.
All right, we're going to do an update real quick, and then we're going to take a break, and then our final segment will be the hometown breakdown. We'll talk more about the Bears-Packers game, what the Bears need to do to win. We'll talk about the Cubs and Sox maybe a little bit.
Not that much.
We'll talk about Paul Konerko today, maybe some of our cool memories that we have of Paul Konerko. And then
maybe someone will call in and tell us their favorite Paul Konerko memory.
Maybe. If you want to call, the number is 630-403-5200.
Do we ever get calls on this show?
No.
Not once?
Not
well,
one.
If I request it.
Yeah, and then...
Never an uncalled for call?
And then we'll talk a little bit about the Bulls as well, so stick around. Fantasy Fanatics, SportsTownChicago.com.
If you were a hot dog and you were starving, would you eat yourself? What? I know I would. First, I'd smother myself with brown mustard and relish. I'd be so delicious. So would you?
I don't know.
Don't jerk me around, Norm. It's a simple question. A baby could answer it. If you were a hot dog and you were starving, would you eat yourself?
I guess so.
Oh, you made a wise choice, my friend.
It's the hometown breakdown.
Conklin Cubs, Sox, Bears, and Bulls.
Welcome back to Fantasy Fanatics on SportsTownChicago.com. I'm Ryan Stuprich.
I'm Andrew Freeman.
Ryan Risky will be back in a second. And
he's turning it up.
Yeah, he's turning it up in the bathroom. Woohoo!
Yeah.
So anyway, there's a big game between the Bears and Packers, of course. And, I just want to talk a little bit more about that game and sort of how it's going to play out. How do you think it's going to play out early? Do you think the Bears are going to start off slow, or do you think they'll get going right away?
I think they're going to be using Forte a lot at the beginning, passing-wise and running-wise.
Yeah.
And then they're going to start throwing it downfield to Alshon. I'm not sure if Brandon Marshall's going to be in this game. He wasn't very effective in last week when they didn't practice him at all. Mm-hmm. So I don't foresee him being much of a
factor in the game.
Yeah. Do you think the Packers are going to start off slow, or do you think they'll be able to start off fast, put a drive together?
The Packers
in the first drive
I think they're going to play hungry. Mm-hmm. I really do. Their defense has been horrible.
Their offense hasn't been much better.
Their offense has been
horrible.
Talk about Aaron Rodgers being a disappointment for the fantasy season.
Well, hey, someone in our league took him with the 7th overall pick.
Yeah.
And that was the first quarterback taken.
As before Drew Brees or Peyton Manning was picked up at all.
Do you know why he took Aaron Rodgers with the 7th overall pick?
I can't get in Ashish's head at all. So
you should ask him to call in and explain his reasoning.
Yeah, I don't want to hear him complain about our scoring systems.
Yeah, no, I don't know how good that would turn out.
Is he still complaining about that?
He did 3 days ago.
Well, what's there to complain? It got fixed.
He's just mad it happened in general. I don't know.
The issue has been fixed. All he did was change the tiebreaker things from most QB points from most QB points and most bench points, right?
All you need to tell him is that just ask him, do you want that do you want to get an extra loss? Do you want us to change him back so you have that loss?
Yeah, I don't want him to come to my house and kill me.
That makes this Ashish guy sound very shady.
He regretfully knows where I live.
Uh-oh.
So
he knows your new address in Rockford.
He knows where I sleep.
He probably has a gun, too.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Or he knows where mine is, which is not good.
And then, of course, the NFC North, the Lions are going to be playing. Who do they play again? I had a brain cramp.
The Bears.
The Lions are playing. Who and the?
I'm looking right now. They're not available defense-wise.
Someone just picked them up too.
Yeah. Gosh darn it.
Jeez,
I'm trying to look for a
The
defense.
Lions are at the Jets. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the one.
Lions are at the Jets, and the Vikings are home against the Falcons.
My friend, who's a Jets fan for no reason, just because he got mad at the Bears one time, he became a Jets fan, said that the Jets are going to beat the Lions 35-10.
Was he a Jets fan when Mark Sanchez was doing good and they brought him to the AFC Championship 2 times in a row? Yeah.
I feel better about my defense now. I just picked up Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's it. I'm picking up the Steelers D.
Yep.
Wait, I don't even beat you in waiver wire. I hate this system because I'm the last in waiver wire. If someone picks up something, the same thing that I do, I don't get it.
I wanted to put it auction, but I thought people
That's what I do in my
league.
leagues. You do an auction, you bid a certain amount of money, and if you bid the most, you get them.
Well, yeah, I understand that. I mean, we could do that. Although I don't know if I can change it now.
She should probably complain.
No, do not change anything.
Hey, don't change anything.
I'll tell him where you live.
Well, I mean, it's kind of fair though. When you're the number one player, then you'd have the lowest. You'd have the worst chance of getting a certain player.
Well, that's the problem. Is that being last in waiver wire? If I try to pick someone up, and the guy who's second to last in waiver wire picks him up, I don't get him.
But then you're ahead of that guy in waiver wire from now on. So
am I really?
Yeah, it switches. Whoever picks up the last player, it gets put to the bottom of the waiver wire.
Oh, okay. I thought that it went by.
Is that how it goes? Okay.
I thought it was by reverse order of record.
Nope. That is literally how it goes. As soon as you pick up a person, you get put in the bottom of the waiver wire.
Oh, okay.
I wonder who leads the league in pickups.
Probably Ashish. He's really.
I'm sure it is.
He's well known for picking up a lot of people. Let me take a look.
Let's see.
Let's keep talking.
Yeah, let's see. I wonder who picked up the last person.
I don't know. You'd have to look at that. But
I think because someone picked up the Lions D yesterday.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have one of the better fantasy defenses.
Yeah. My defenses are okay. I got the Rams, and then I do have the Bears.
The Rams I thought they would be better this year.
They had a good defensive week last week, even though they lost. They had a good defensive week against
I got
Cowboys.
the Cardinals D, who's on a bye, except I'm still projected to beat Ryan Hoppe by so much that I can afford to keep him on starting on a bye.
Yeah, well, he